Good morning, my friends. It is excellent to see you today. I missed you yesterday. I hope that you had an amazing night and that you are ready for another fantastic day of April. Today for our video, we are going to be reading a story about someone who learns how to be a good friend. So for our video this morning, I want you to think about a time that you have been a really good friend to someone in our class. What did you do to be a good friend to them? Did you help them while they were playing? Did you bring a solutions card to help them talk through a problem? Did you share with them or take turns? I want you to close your eyes and think for a second. What's a way that you were a good friend to someone in our classroom? You can think a little bit longer. It's a way you were such a good friend. All right, open your eyes. Have you thought of a way that you were a really good friend to someone in class? You can go ahead and turn to someone next to you and tell them how you were a good friend to someone in class if you're watching the video with someone. And if you're watching the video by yourself, you can tell me, what's a way that you were a good friend to someone in our class? I miss seeing you guys so much. I miss the ways that you are good friends to each other. You guys are fantastic friends to each other. You share, you take turns, you think about the way that each other are feeling, and you're very compassionate and try to help each other feel better. I'm so happy that you got to think about the time that you were a good friend, and in our story today, we're going to read about somebody who learns to be a better friend too. But first, let's do some gross motor time. We're going to move our whole bodies to make ourselves big and strong. Let me move the camera back a little bit and you can sing and dance with me. Find a spot where you have plenty of space and we'll start on one of our favorite gross motor songs, okay? Make sure you have lots of space around you.
Reggie, how long have you been on the couch for?
Since breakfast.
What? Time for a shake break! Okay, follow my lead. Here we go. Shake, shake, everybody shake now. Jump, 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 jump off the ground now. Shake, shake, everybody shake now. Jump, 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 jump off the ground and turn around. Shake, shake, jump, jump, jump. Shake, shake, jump, jump, jump. Shake, shake, shake. Jump, jump, to jump. Shake, 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 shake. Jump, 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 jump. Turn around.
Good job, my friend. Let's finish that one.
Subscribe.
Okay, count them with me. 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome work, my friends. I'm going to come bring the camera back this way so we can take some deep breaths. Go ahead and find a spot to sit back down so we can concentrate, calm our bodies, and read our story for today. I'm going to do tall deep breaths. Let's do 6 of them today. We'll do it a little bit differently. So let's start with the first one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now let's do 2. Breathe in. Breathe out. Number 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. What number is the next one? If that one is 3, the next one is 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. That was 4. Now let's do 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now let's look here. We had 5, How many more do we need to get to 6? Just one more. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Such a good job calming our bodies, my friends. Deep breathing is over. Good work. Today for our story, we have another book by Mo Willems. It's one that we read with Miss Gabby twice, I think, before we were out of school, but we haven't heard it in a couple weeks because the last time we read it was when we were in our classroom. It's not about Elephant and Piggy. It's about someone who wants to be scary. But then, instead, he learns how to be a good friend. Do you remember this book? Do you remember what it's called? I'll give you a hint. I'll show you the picture. Do you remember this guy? This book by Mo Willems is one of my favorite books ever. It's called Leonardo the Terrible Monster. Now, friends, remind me, if I'm reading the words on the cover that make the title of the story, do I start with the bottom word? No. Do I start with this word? No. I have to start all the way at the top with this word. Up here it has a couple other words. It says, your pal Mo Willems presents, which means that it's telling us that Mo Willems is the author. Usually we have the author at the bottom of the book. This book has the author at the cover. But the title starts here with this word. We start over on this side, on the left, and we bring it right over to the right. We say, Leonardo the Terrible Monster. Ooh. Do we think this is going to be a scary story? Do you remember what happens? Leonardo is a monster, but something happens to him in the story. Leonardo the Terrible Monster. Before we start reading, I want you to think about beginning, middle, and end. When we were reading our last book by Mo Willems, I Love My New Toy, we took a day to talk about the beginning, a day to talk about the middle, and a day to talk about the end. Today, I want to do something even trickier. Can you think about the beginning, middle, and end of the story as we read it? As we read, think to yourself, what part is the beginning? What part is the middle? And what part is the end? When do my characters find their problems, try and fix their problems, and when are their problems all done? When it's the end. We'll talk about it as we go through. All right, my friends? Let's go ahead and start. One of my favorites, Leonardo the Terrible Monster. I'm going to make sure I start all the way at the top. Leonardo was a terrible monster. Oh. He doesn't look very scary. He looks what? A little sad. Kind of dejected. I can see his eyes are wide. He has a frown on his face. His eyebrows are slanted. So maybe the book doesn't mean he was a terrible monster. Maybe it means he was a terrible monster. Like he was bad at being a monster. Monsters are supposed to be what? Scary, yeah. But does he look scary? Leonardo was a terrible monster. He couldn't scare anyone. He says, "Wah!" But do they look scared? Nope. He's trying so hard and he can't scare them. He didn't have 1,642 teeth like Tony. He wasn't big like Eleanor. No, he wasn't just plain weird like Hector. Leonardo tried so hard to be scary. He's making faces. But he just wasn't scary. How do you think it makes Leonardo feel that he's not a scary monster? We'll use our picture power. Let's go back and look and see. We'll look to the picture for evidence. Here. How do you think it makes him feel that he's not scary? Pretty sad, you know, maybe a little disappointed in himself. You think he wants to be scary? I think so. I mean, here it said that Leonardo tries very hard to be scary, but he just wasn't. One day, Leonardo had an idea. He would find the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world, and he would scare the tuna salad out of him. He looked so excited for his idea. He's gonna find someone to scare. Leonardo researched, which means he read lots of books to get information. He researched until he had the very perfect candidate, the perfect kid to scare. Sam. Sam does look like a scared kid. So Leonardo snuck. He snuck up to the unsuspecting boy. And the monster gave it all he had. He made so many faces, so many noises, until the little boy cried. Yes! Cheered Leonardo. Yes! I did it! I've finally scared the tuna salad out of somebody. Yes! Oh, Leonardo's so happy that he was scared. No, you didn't, said Sam. I'm not scared. Oh, yeah, said Leonardo. Then why are you crying? Because my mean big brother stole my action figure right out of my hands while I was still playing with it, and then he broke it on purpose, and then my favorite toy, I tried to fix it, but I couldn't, so I kicked the table and I stubbed my toe on the safe foot there. It's so bad, says Sam. So many words, so many things that he's sad about. And how does Leonardo look? Uh-oh. Is he still happy that he scared Sam? No. He's not. That's why, said Sam. That's why I'm crying. Leonardo looks upset. Now, as the main character in our book, Leonardo had a problem. What was his problem? Yeah, remember back here when he tried really hard to scare people and then he just couldn't be scary? Leonardo's problem in our story that he has to try and fix is that he's not a scary monster. No matter how hard he tries, he can't be scary. So, let's think about, when did he find that problem in our story? When would the beginning be? We know the beginning is when he finds his problem. When would the beginning be in our story? Would it be when he's scaring Sam? I don't think so. I think he already found his problem. Let's go back to the beginning and we'll see. What about here? When he tries really hard to be scary, but he just can't. Is that when he finds his problem? I think so. That's the beginning of our story. Now, what about when Leonardo tries to fix his problem in the middle? How does Leonardo try to fix his problem? He finds who? The most scaredy kid in the world, Sam. And he tries to do what to Sam? Scare him. He tries to fix his problem by scaring Sam. So when he tries to fix his problem, we know it's the middle of our story. But when he tried to fix Sam, or tried to scare Sam, Sam just started crying. And he told Leonardo all the reasons he was sad. Did Leonardo fix his problem? Not quite. Did Sam fix his problem? Not yet. So we haven't made it to the end yet. Let's see how these characters fix their problems, and then we'll make it to the end. That's why I'm crying, says Sam. Remember all the things he said happened to him? His brother broke his favorite toy and he stubbed his toe. All the different reasons, and Leonardo just looks sad. Maybe a little guilty because he feels bad for scaring Sam. Leonardo made a very big decision. What's he doing? He's giving Sam a hug? Why? I thought he wanted to be scary. Why is he giving Sam a hug? Yeah, maybe Leonardo decided that it was more important to be a good friend than it was to scare somebody. He says, "It's okay," and gives Sam a big hug. Instead of being a terrible monster, Leonardo would become a wonderful friend. They walk off together. But that didn't mean that he couldn't try to scare his new friend every once in a while. "Boo!" he says. He. And then Sam chases him right back. The end. Did we make it to the end? Did we find where they fixed their problems? Let's look. How do they look here in this picture? We see their smiles. We see that they're looking at each other so nicely. Did Sam fix his problem? Is he crying anymore? Nope, not crying. He fixed his problem. And Leonardo, he kind of fixed his problem too. He found out that he could be scary, but maybe it's more important to be a good friend than it is to scare someone. He did fix his problem. Not in the way that he thought he was going to fix his problem. But look here, at the very end. All of our problems here and all of our problems here are all fixed. They're friends. We did make it to the end. So I'm going to show you a picture of our story, and then you tell me if it's the beginning, the middle, or the end. All right, let's look here. I'm going to show you this picture. Is this picture when he tries to be really scary and he can't? He finds his problem. Is that the beginning, middle, or end? It's the beginning, because he finds his problem, that he's not scary. He finds his problem in the beginning. It comes first. Now, how about this part? When he tries to fix his problem by scaring Sam, Since he tries to fix his problem, that's the what part? Middle. The middle. It comes next when he tries to fix his problem. And then what about this picture? Is this part the beginning, the middle, or the end? The end. That's right, my friends. All their problems are fixed. I love that story so much. Thank you for the story. Thank you very much. Woohoo! I think that is a magnificent book, my friends. Not only can it teach us about beginning, middle, and end, but it also shows us how to be good friends to each other. You know, Leonardo thought that all he wanted was to be a really scary monster. But in the end, he found something even more important. What was even more important than being such a scary monster? Being a good friend. Being a good friend. Having that relationship with someone else who he could be kind to and be gentle with, the same way that we are kind and gentle to our friends in our classroom. The same way that you said at the beginning of the video how you're a good friend to friends in class. You all are such incredible friends. You are some of the kindest people that I have ever met in my entire life. And I am so lucky to get to know you and to be your teacher. I hope that you enjoyed that story today, my friends. For moms and dads, pardon me, for our parent activity today, we are going to go back to tracing out names. So on the Class Dojo app a couple days ago, I uploaded a little link to the Google Drive folder that has every kid's name on a traceable sheet that you can print at home if you have access to a printer. If not, then you can write names on any piece of paper, on the back of a receipt even, or the back of a sack, you know, if there isn't paper available. If there is paper available, then use however much you want. All you have to do is just write your kiddo's name out, and then you can help them hand over hand trace the different letters while saying the names of the different letters. And then if you think they're ready to start tracing it by themselves, then you can work up to that. And then if they're ready to even start writing it by themselves, then you can have them practice that together. The key is that you start with helping them trace it, letter by letter, hand over hand. You can say the names of the different letters, then they trace it by themselves, and then they can start writing it by themselves. It takes quite a lot of time in between the different stages. You know, like they won't be able to write it by themselves probably anytime super soon. But if you keep practicing it across several days and even over several weeks, then maybe they will start to get the familiarity with the different letters and the muscle movement that it takes to write it, and they can start practicing it on their own. But if they still need your help, then that's totally fine too. We don't expect 4-year-olds to be able to write their names perfectly by the time they're done with preschool. Some kids are ready to, some kids are not, and that's 100% fine. The key is that we just keep helping them practice. It also can be hard to do their first and last name, so if you just want to start with the first name, then that is perfectly fine too. But today, the at-home activity for you guys to do is just to practice writing and tracing names. I enjoyed making this video so much. I love this story, and I'm glad that I got to share it with you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk with you guys tomorrow. Bye.